Aldridge. And now a chance to look here at the race for Rookie of the Year. Halfway through the season, these are the top rookies so far. And you look at D. He's got some work to do in order to get into that conversation, I think, but there are plenty of games left for him to make his mark.
And even though he hadn't necessarily set himself apart from the rest of that rookie class, you can see that his game does seem to be well suited for the NBA.
I don't think there's a question about that. It's this stage for him about learning each and every day, both practices and games, and staying focused on how to get better.
Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. Wizard out there with Mr. Perfect. Then it's the Beast. Then it's Silk. And it's Peterson at the shooting guard position. And for Detroit, you've got lights out. Taylor is out there with Napier. Then there's Allen. And it's Campbell in at the 5 down low. Now here's Taylor. Napier feeling it out a bit. Here's Campbell. And it's blocked. And that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession. Here's Taylor. 4 on the shot clock. Releases from 15, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. Taylor's got his team on the board to start the game for Detroit. Passes it to the Wizard. Here's Mr. Perfect. Fades away. Allen with the rebound. Goes up on the top of the key. Chicago grabs the miss. Here's the Wizard. He's coming off a 22-point game again, and that one's good. Burton. All right, tonight a matchup of teams that know how to get stops, Brent. When you were playing with the Spurs, what made those defenses so special?
The word it comes down to is accountability, and that is that you understand you have a role defensively just as much, Kevin, as you do on the offensive end. It certainly doesn't hurt that on the back end you have Tim Duncan calling out plays, blocking shots.
Yes.
But accountability to your role defensively, that's where Greg Popovich gets you to play.
And the communication so vital.
That always helps, but sometimes Pop takes that just a little bit too far.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Pass to Napier. Right wing. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Allen outside. Now the pass to Dixon. It's up a 3. And that one is off.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Allen surveying the D. Now Taylor. He's coming off a 31-point game against the Raptors in Toronto.
Felt like he had a sense in that game that the defense was being over-aggressive, and he tried to take advantage of that. He continually frustrated them throughout the night and got to the free throw line. One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight, Kevin. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
Here's Burton. Napier covering the Wizard. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from Reigns.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Here's lights out. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against the Raptors in Toronto.
And, guys, in addition to that scoring, he was absolutely tenacious on the defensive end. A complete two-way game for him. Finished with 3 steals, I think, and that was a difference maker.
Now here's Taylor. He's been putting up the points on a very steady basis, averaging around 17.5 points a game. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. For Chicago, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Peters passes to Washington. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets. An exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk. Now here's Taylor. No good. They had a chance to end the run there. Here's Mr. Perfect. got a piece of it. 6 on the shot clock. Great offensive performance they're putting on.
And, guys, we call that the zone because that's where they are right now. They are in a zone, and I'm sure they feel unstoppable.
Tips it up. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip-in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. Now, here's Taylor. Pass to Dixon. Rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Look at the handles. Gets through the D and then powers it home.
Such a pretty move inside. Clark, how do you stop that? Here's Burton. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Passes it to Dixon. Lays it up off the glass. Lights out's got 7 points.
Now that basket must be widening out right now, Kevin. He's making almost every shot he's putting up this quarter.
Boyd the pass to Burton. Here's Mr. Perfect. To the inside. Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
Just a much smaller defender on him. He does the exact thing at the right moment. Goes straight to the rim.
Pass to Napier. Inside. And he jams it with authority.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
Burton, the pass to Boyd. Over Napier. And Napier pulls it down.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there. And that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
Here's Burton after the basket by Detroit. Here's Boyd. No good there off the double clutch.
Now that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
Oh, and just a soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley-oop.
I got to say, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going. Here's Peters, defended by Allen. Here's Burton, got a piece of it, and they'll keep possession. Detroit's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Dixon passes to Taylor. Over in the corner, Allen. And there's the pass to Dixon. Good, and it's Napier with the assist that time. Lights out's got 10 points in the game.
Defense shaking their heads. No idea how to stop him in this quarter. He's got him on the ropes.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. You've seen a lot of teams over your time that have been terrific starting a season, then just fall apart second half of the season.
Have you seen it, Kevin, happen with teams that have really good veteran players? I've seen it with young teams.
Yeah, unravel. I mean, it's painful to watch. None come to mind, but I'm sure you could start to find teams that are 10 wins below from one half of the season to the next.
And some of that we know. It can happen with injuries to a star player and you just are dismantled. But a lot of times...
Like the Pacers with Oladipo.
Yeah.
They were a different team the last quarter of the season.
That's a great call, Kevin. But a lot of times it happens with young teams because if you get off to such a hot start and it's a bit unexpected, there's going to be a lot more attention on you. And you start to feel like, oh, well, we've arrived. This is easy. We've done this for 35, 40 games, no problem. Well, the league figures you out. And a lot of times young teams that have early success are probably the most susceptible to this lemmings kind of falling off the cliff type of deal.
And Detroit has possession after Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. And Detroit again with the bucket.
Punch, counter punch. Impressive offensive production early on.
Who's going to miss first? Every time one team scores, the other team right back at you.
Here's Shorty. Pass to D. Free throw line jump shot. That one off the back iron and out.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Count it. And it's a 7-point Detroit lead.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Here's Shorty. No points in the game yet for him. Passes it to Primetime. Let's go. But they'll get another chance. D, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
It's his first trip to the line.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good.
Oh my gosh, I just got that.
So he gets them both.
Oh my gosh, I just got that.
Detroit leading by 5. The pass to Ball. Pass to Campbell. Here's Okeke. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. And that one drops. And Detroit leads by 7.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Pass to Primetime. Here's Shorty. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Lets it go from 11. Connects. The jumper drops.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
There's Okeke after Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. Campbell with it. 17 points for him last game against the Raptors in Toronto.
Let's just not forget about the work on the glass, Kevin. His effort level was a 10 that night out of 10.
Here's Shorty. It's a 5-point game. Pass to Slim. D. Napier covering. Reed misses. And so Napier will bring it up for Detroit. Misses the hole, and he's now 3 for 4.
Now, I'll be honest, I thought there's no way that he's missing that close. That's a bunny. Give it up for the aggressive defense, Kevin.
Now let's check out some stats for Primetime. The last 10 games, he has been on a heck of a run. He's putting up about 17 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists. And you look at the numbers he's been putting up, fantastic scoring production from him.
Yeah, hard to ask for anything more at this point. He's really stepped up.
Take a break.
And he's really delivered.
No good on the free throw.
Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. Primetime's checked in for Napier. He hits the second from the line. 1:05 left to play in the first quarter. And the pass to Jay. From outside the arc, sinks the triple. And Detroit leads by 7.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
To the middle. foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And, of course, we'd all like to see his percentage at the line improve, but he just does not have the touch right now. He's in the 60s.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls.
Oh my gosh, I just got that.
No good on the second free throw.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
Pass to prime time. There's 31 seconds left to play in the first. Yep, that one goes in there.
Clearly defensive miscue there. If there's not a body on him that's sitting at the mid-range, that's a defensive mistake.
Here's Shorty. Passes to Slim. Three-pointer. Drains the three-pointer. Detroit leading by 5. Seconds left. He takes it up and lays it in.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. It's Detroit up by 7. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from Detroit?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
I couldn't ask for a better one right now. Just a complete rhythm by all the guys who got some minutes. Wonderful start.
Chicago with the ball. They trail by 7.
Well, I mean, they lost their last matchup with this team, and foul trouble really plagued them throughout the game.
And they had a few important guys sitting there on the bench at a time when they really could have used them on the floor. They have to play much more in control here tonight.
So for Chicago right now, Slim is out there with Shorty. Then it's D, and it's prime time, and it's Reed in at the center, filling out the middle. And so it's Detroit with the ball, after Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. Here's Okeke. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Reed with the rebound. Knocks it loose. There's the pass to Ball. And he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
And the gamble paying off.
Here's Shorty. To the paint. Here's Reed. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Reed's got 6.
Well, that's how you draw it up right there. A screen to shed the defense, a quick move to the bucket, and you get the lay-in.
Pass to Campbell. From 10 feet out, and Detroit again with the bucket. Chicago trails by 7. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Here is Slim. Count it. Good. Slim's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Well, any possession that ends in a shot from that range after a good player and ball movement, that's a good one.
Baller passes to Campbell. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Pass to Primetime. And he bangs it home with one hand.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
Execution with pace. That's a bad turnover that simply was telegraphed.
Second chance shot, and he sinks the layup. 6 points for Thunder.
Well, he takes care of salvaging that possession for the offense by getting on the offensive glass.
How about 3 minutes gone in this second quarter of basketball? Here's Shorty. 6 to shoot. A floater. Second shot opportunity. Reed misses. Detroit leading by 5. Jay the pass to Okeke. The shot missing. And it's Chicago the other way. They can look forward to the American Airlines Center after this game. They'll match up against Dallas. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip. And the call will be against Primetime. That's his first foul. A different look here for Detroit. Taylor's checked in for the mayor. Allen comes in for Jay. And Lights Out subbed in for Ball. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. It'll go, and the Detroit lead is cut down to just 3 in the basket from Washington.
Well, that just scrambled the defense all kinds of ways with that great initial pass.
Here's Taylor. That misses off the backboard.
The defense better tighten up on the mid-range. They're much, much tighter. You expect him to make every single one of those.
He gets it in there.
And that's just taking advantage of some soft defense on that drive. Little resistance for him on the way to the basket.
Allen passes to Dixon. Campbell kicks to Taylor. A baseline J. That one goes. Count it. Taylor's got 6 points. Chicago trails by 3. Burton the pass to Washington. That's tipped. Now Detroit moving it up. Here's Dixon. Out of hand on it. And that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession. Napier, he's checked in for Detroit. Here's Taylor. 6 points for him. Chicago grabs the miss. Mr. Perfect's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
And boy, have they been hitting the backboard in this game or what? Kind of surprising it's such a tight game.
For Detroit, they've gone 4 of 10 in the second quarter from the field. Knocked loose. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. Here's Burton. A miss that time. Would have put him up.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss. And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough. I'm not sure where the lack of focus comes in there, Kevin. That's not like him. The defense is close, but there's enough space to score. Well, the fact that he has that many rebounds for a guy of his size and stature shows you he truly cares about grabbing possessions off the rim.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Here's Lights Out after Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. Now, here's Napier. He's covered closely. 2 points. That one goes. Napier's got 8 points.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Peters. And it's sent back by Allen. Dixon passes to Taylor. Here's Napier. Pass to prime time. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
How about battling through the impact there and then wheeling that basketball in?
We talk so much about the stars in this league, Brent. Name some role players who, when they do get hot, they can be terrific.
Well, there's nobody better, and I think he's ripped out a page from Seattle's own Jamal Crawford.
I know
there's been nobody better in the last couple of years than what Lou Williams has represented for the Clippers. He's had scoring performances, Kevin, and you've been witness to them courtside, where it's just astounding that he can go and get where he wants to go and make the types of shots that he's been able to do. And this is a revelation because this is 7, 8, 9 years that he's been in the league, and he's doing this with such great impact and, thankfully, rightfully, been rewarded for it.
Here's Boyd. That's good, and that evens things out for him. 50-50. 4 of 8 shooting this game.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
And here's Napier. He'll bring it up for Detroit. Nine feet out. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Washington's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Peters with the bucket.
I just think that's trouble. You're gonna let that guy shoot layups. You're asking for it.
Well, for Detroit, their last game a loss to Toronto. Dixon passes to Taylor. Here's lights out. Fires from deep. He scores his 5th field goal. He's taken 9 shots to get those 5.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play.
The pass to the Wizard. Here's Peters, defended by Allen, and it's a foul called on Doc. That's his first foul. Detroit on D. 3-point lead. Fades back. It's good. And that's now 6 points for Mr. Incredible.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Left side, Taylor. Down low. It's blocked. And Chicago shooting the ball beautifully in the second quarter. They're at 55% from the field. Peters passes to Burton. Here's Mr. Perfect. Napier covering, and we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
You 2 players.
Ball's knocked loose, so it's Chicago now. 8 feet away. Here's Washington. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Here's lights out. He's got 13. They grab their own miss. Tries again. And that's 2 points on the layup. Napier's got 4 this quarter. 6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, both teams still kind of feeling their way through this game.
Here's Burton. The second chance effort. Peters misses. Detroit's gone 4-6 from outside the arc tonight. Here's Dixon. Nobody near Allen. Oh, and that one had the right spit on it, and it is good. And it's a 3-point Detroit lead. Pass to Boyd. Detroit with the rebound.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
Now here's Taylor. He has 6. Nice open look, but it's no good.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Detroit's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Passes it to Primetime. We've got 1:23 left in the first half. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. Chicago calls timeout.
Yeah, I think they prepared to face more defensive pressure, and that one didn't happen, and boy, they just rolled.
It took just a little bit of time, but once they figured out the D on that night, man, their offense was rolling.
The mayor is checked in for Detroit. Jay comes in for lights out. 1:06 left in the second quarter. Pass to Reed. They get it again, and they convert it last on attempt number 3. Reed's got 8 points. And, well, Detroit shooting 56% in this game, really stringing quality possessions together offensively. And it's Shorty with the foul. That's his first foul. For Detroit, they have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line. Free throw drops for Napier. Detroit making a switch here. Campbell's checked in. There's 47 seconds left now here in the second. The pass to Jay. Just 5 to shoot. From the wing. And it's good off the back rim and in. 6 points for the mayor. Well, for Detroit, their last game a loss to the Raptors in Toronto. Pass to Primetime. Campbell grabs the board. Campbell's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. To the paint. Here's Napier. Oh, that's blocked. Here's Primetime. Reed. Count that one. 10 points for him.
And if you keep working around on offense to find the mismatch, you can find easy points.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Detroit leads by 2. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fan. Checking out Detroit. Kenny, what do you think?
Well, so far, they've taken care of their business here at home. It's something you might expect, but it's not a given. We'll see if they can keep that up in the second half.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the visiting team.
Well, I didn't even know who some of these guys were, but their bench came up with some big shots. Gave the team a lift offensively. It's always possible those guys will see more minutes in the second half, but at the same time, you're a starter for a reason. We shall see, Ernie.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. It's been one outstanding game from lights out.
It's something that isn't his strength, but he's done a great job of finding the open man.
Well, if we were grading playmaking today, it's an A+ from him.
Chicago trailing here. They've got Campbell. Napier is out there with Taylor. Then there's lights out, and it's Allen in at the 2 guard. And that's the group for John Beilein as we begin the second half. Count the basket.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot, and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
And he's good on the 3-ball.
The D is there, but not present enough, Kevin. You can't just be there. You got to disrupt and get in the face of the shooter.
Here's Washington over Campbell. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Pretty lax defense there. He's going to see fewer and fewer chances if he can't bury those kind of jumpers.
Can't cash in from close range. And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. That one's in there. The Detroit lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket from Burton.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
Here's lights out. Looks good. Is good. That's his 7th basket in 12 tries.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
And it's sent back by Allen. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And there is no better way to add to the lead.
Isn't that true, GA, especially when the slam is coming from the point guard?
Oh, yeah, and his teammates love that one. I'm sure he's going to hear about it when he gets to the huddle.
Here's Boyd, out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. A chance now to check out how the All-Star voting is shaping up.
And I tell you, the excitement's starting to ratchet up a little bit as the tallies start coming in.
And you look at the Wizard. He's gotten his share of votes, but there are still a lot of players in front of him.
And it's just been tough in the East this year. Kevin, so many guys are having huge seasons. Even getting near the top 10 is impressive.
And it's going to be an exciting showcase. We'll keep you updated with the results each day during the voting.
You know, altered shots don't show up on the official stat sheet, but as we saw there, he does a great job of doing that as well as collecting the rebound.
Goes back up. Taylor with a rebound. Detroit leading by 5. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Passes it to Boyd. He's off on that one. And Detroit the other way now. Pass to Campbell. Good, and it's Napier with the assist that time. Napier's got 4 assists now tonight.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Here's Burton, and there's the pass to the Wizard. Out left to the wing. Here's Boyd. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Mr. Perfect's got 10 points. For Detroit, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up. Dixon passes to Taylor. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. They get a hand on it. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. Here's Boyd. Here's Burton. A beautiful reverse layup. And now just a 5-point Detroit lead.
Really heads up there. A play where you locate the best open pass and then you get it there for an easy bucket.
And here's Napier. 15 points in the game. Here's Dixon. Those 3-pointers off the mark. Chicago trails by 5. Here's Peters. Pass to the Wizard. Fires for 3. He scores his 5th field goal. He's taken 9 shots to get those 5.
Now, that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Here's lights out. He's got 20. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Campbell, the pass to Dixon. Shot clock at 6. It's deflected. Here's Mr. Perfect. Passes it to Burton. And the pass to Boyd. doesn't go on the chance to tie.
Is it getting cold in here, Kevin? This is a tough one. Crucial that he starts to work a little harder for a higher percentage shot. Always impressive when a smaller player has a nose for the ball and rises up amongst the taller ones to grab rebounds.
Changing ends quickly. He's rewarded with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
Here's Burton, and that one drops for him. Burton's got 8, and now the first timeout called here for Detroit. Replay angles are interesting, Brent. Instant feedback on social media. Talk about the increased pressure now on referees to get every call right.
Well, so many times, Kevin, on nights where you're working games, you sit there for a minute and a half.
In super slow motion looking at the play.
And still sometimes hard to get it right.
Very hard.
What I think the league should think about doing with the competition committee is every team in the league should have 3 and 4 cameras that are mounted so that every time there's a replay at any given arena, they have access to the same angles.
For every game.
Every game. Where are most of the times these calls being missed? Where are these calls getting wronged? And how is it that we can implement some technology to help us not only get it right more often, which is the most important thing, but also fair and balanced vision for the referees to have an opportunity to do so.
What an excellent idea. Got that one up quick. Mr. Perfect's got the lead up to 4 now for Chicago. Detroit's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Napier up top. He's got 15. Can't hit from in close.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
And Campbell throws it down.
And with a strong finish, he finally ends that 13-0 run by Chicago.
Burton, the pass to Boyd. Here is Slim. Napier covering. Allen outside. That's tipped, and that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession. A different look here for Detroit. The mayor comes in for Napier, and Jay subbed in for Allen. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Big Red's checked in for Washington. D comes in for Mr. Perfect. Primetime's checked in for the Wizard. And it's Shorty in for Burton. Pass to Okeke. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
And with a percentage of 82, he's been one of their more dependable shooters from the line.
And the first one drops. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Here's Chicago. They're on a 13-4 run. Here's Shorty. Pass to Primetime. And it's blocked. They retain possession. For Detroit, they've gone 6 of 14 since halftime. A little cold from the field. Baller passes to Okeke. Now Taylor. Pass to Okeke. Campbell with it. Just 4 to shoot. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. Detroit shooting their 5th and 6 free throws of the game. And that drops, so they now lead by 1. Campbell drills both of them. Chicago's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Here is Slim. 5 points in the game. Shot on the wing. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Shorty's got the game tied up here for Chicago. Detroit's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. Taylor passes to Baller. Now Campbell. He's got 12. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
Well, after committing a turnover like that, you're just praying the game doesn't come down to the last possession. You'll remember that one.
And so here is Chicago. And Jay gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Reed. Campbell defending. Shot left block. Again, Chicago. Detroit with the ball. Baller passes to Campbell. Here's Gary. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
And that's what we're used to him doing. But he really just hasn't had that typical impact offensively. If they keep getting him touches, this game won't be tied for long.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And at 78%, he's been a consistent shooter at the line for them all season long.
And that one misses. One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking. And more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
Here is Slim. He's got 5. Yeah, the step back. They get it back. Here's Reed. 6 for 10 with that shot going in. That's a good game for a lot of guys.
And say what you will about the value of the three-pointer, but those close-in looks are always plan A. Every trip down, get to the paint, get deep, score.
Now here's Taylor. 6 points for him. The pass to Okeke. Clock at 6. Campbell with it. 12 points for him. Off target from the wing. Here is Slim. Pass to Shorty. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Here's Primetime. Here's D. Again, Chicago.
Hard to leave any NBA player that wide open from that distance.
Detroit trails by 4. Outside, Taylor. And he gets the jumper to drop. Taylor's got 8 points. Chicago's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Passes to Slim. 1:33 left in the third quarter. It's tipped. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. Primetime's checked in for Campbell. And Chicago also making a switch. Burton's checked in. Shot clock at 2. From beyond the arc. Here's D. Detroit with the rebound.
Not his best night from the field, but looking for other ways and finding them so he can chip in.
Okeke, no good.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
Yep, that one goes.
Wow, has he flipped the switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
The pass to Ball. Outside, Taylor. the foul and almost hit the three-point bucket. But he'll go to the line to shoot three.
Yeah, good job trying to get a hand in the face, but you've got to be more careful.
For Detroit, they have put up good numbers at the charity stripe, converting 6 of 7.
You've got to appreciate their ability to make free throws, 81% as a team.
3 shots. 3 shots.
And he's good on the first of 3.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
That one is no good. And he nails the third. Here's Burton. 10 points for him. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Here's Reed. But they get it back.
Oh, tough play underneath there to give them another possession. Just what they were hoping for. A little more time off the clock.
Slim knocks down the 3 ball. Slim's got the lead up to 5 now for Chicago. Here's Okiki. And it's in. Oh, wow, he nails the buzzer beater.
And that's a crucial 3 there. They've cut it close going into the 4th. This is far from over.
We're at the end of the 3rd, and we've still got a close one. It's Chicago leading by just 2. And when we return, we'll get the 4th quarter rolling. And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Detroit's gone 6 of 11 when they've taken the 3-point shot tonight. Very respectable. So for Chicago right now, they've got Slim, Big Red out there with D, and it's prime time, and it's Burton in at the point guard position.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Makes it, and the next one could tie it up. That one drops. He ties it up. And Chicago has possession. Here is Slim. Pass to Reed, and the officials calling for a 3-second violation. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking for Detroit. On Saturday, they'll host the Oklahoma City Thunder. Then on Sunday, the Minnesota Timberwolves will come into town.
And just looking ahead to what's on tap, there are a lot of winnable games for them, but you can't go into the stretch with that mentality. You've got to focus on what's in front of you and bring it every night. Making the most of the screen, that's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot. Greg frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
Here's prime time. Reed the pass to D. Uses the glass to finish the layup. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Here's lights out. Pass to Jay. Nice ball movement by Detroit. 6 to shoot to the inside. Dixon. It's not going to go for him. Now Chicago takes it the other way. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth quarter. Tipped away. Passes it to D. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, easy call.
Makes the first. A different look here for Detroit. Napier, he's checked in for Baller, and Allen subbed in for Jay. Chicago also making some changes. Washington comes in for Big Red, and it's Peters in for Slim. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Oh my gosh, I just got that.
Detroit's gone 6 of 11 when they've taken the three-point shot tonight. Very respectable. Dixon passes to Okeke. Now here's Napier. To the wing on the left. Shot clock at 6. There's the pass to Okeke. Another 3 for Detroit. Time running low, guys, and somebody has got to win this one.
Yeah, well, who knows? We might need overtime in this one. It's been that kind of a game.
Here's primetime. Napier covering. Primetime, the pass to Washington. Rebound, Detroit. Primetime's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. This one for 3. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Chicago's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. Uses the glass that time, and it's good. And Chicago leads by 1.
Maybe the halftime break was good for him, allowed him to step back, calm himself down, get himself in the right frame of mind, and now shots are falling.
Here's lights out. Inside. Here's Okeke. Good, and it's Napier with the assist that time. Napier's got his 5th assist in this one. For Chicago, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Burton, the pass to Peters. Here's primetime. Napier covering. Another shot. Peters with the bucket.
Man, that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
Well, I hope there's one player on that team out there that has interest in winning this game. Right now, it doesn't look to be one.
Here's Okeke. 6 on the shot clock. And it's Chicago with the rebound. D's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Prime time, and it's Chicago scoring again. Detroit trails by 3.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here's Dixon. It's blocked. And that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession. Campbell, he's checked in for Detroit. Taylor comes in for the Mayor. Chicago also making some changes. Mr. Perfect, he's checked in for D. And it's the Wizard in for primetime. Napier kicks to Allen. 6 to shoot. Here's Dixon. Hits the three-point bomb. Lights out's got it all tied up now for Detroit.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triple.
Pass to Boyd. Cans the shot from the wing.
and won't find many more games as entertaining as this one.
No, this is about as high octane a game as you're going to find.
Campbell kicks to Taylor. Pass to Napier. Here's lights out from downtown. He can't hit that time.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Here's Peters. And Napier pulls it down. Napier's got 6 rebounds in the game. Now here's Taylor. To the middle. Here's Campbell. That one falls through. It's his 6th make from the floor this game. Now 6 for 10.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
Here's the Wizard. Good on the three-point shot. And Chicago leads by 3.
Well, the D has done a very poor job at contesting him from outside, guys. He's tearing into them right now, and they cannot stop him.
Here's Dixon. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going.
And how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that
A
dunk?
nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right. Taylor taking his time here. From deep. And with that, the Chicago lead is cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Dixon.
3 triples in the first half, 3 in the second. Boy, do they add up.
Here's Peters over Allen. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play. Detroit's gotten 3 of their 6 three-pointers to fall here in the 4th. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
That's only the first turnover, guys. He's been safe as an option for them at the offensive end.
Chicago leading by 5. Here's Burton. Passes it to Boyd. It's Chicago with another bucket.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Now the pass to Napier. To the paint. Outside, Taylor. Shot clock at 6. Always going up for the alley-oop here. And Campbell throws it down.
And hard to decide which is better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Mr. Perfect's got the lead up to 7 now for Chicago. Now a timeout called by Detroit.
And they're allowing too many points in the paint. Coach is going to let them hear about it.
Yeah, coach knows that. They know that. In the timeout, they're going to hear about it, make the adjustment.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Silk.
As the ringleader of their offense, he has been on his game tonight, spreading the ball around, keeping everyone involved, making sure the offense never gets bogged down. He's just giving them just what they needed at that point guard position.
If he could only contribute like this for them every night, you can't overstate how much better it makes this team when he has a game like this, and on the road no less. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, I was able to listen in on John Beilein's huddle with his team. Not happy with the way this game is going. He said you're getting used out there on the perimeter. Inside the arc, we're doing some good things, but outside, we're a disaster. Tighten it up. Kevin, we'll see if they can close out on those shooters a little more effectively.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Here's Dixon. No good with the triple.
And they have built their advantage on the scoreboard here by doing all the little things.
Here's Mr. Perfect. Pass to Peters. Here's the Wizard, defended by Allen. Chicago needs to get off a shot here. Here's Boyd. Kept alive. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Here's Napier. Nails the baby hook.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Peters passes to Boyd. Poked away. Now Detroit moving it up. Here's Allen. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
At the line for 2.
The first free throw is good. He's perfect from the line this time.
But when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
And that one's good. Burton.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Here's lights out. The feed to Napier. And he banks in the layup. Napier's got 4 points this quarter.
2 teammates connecting right there. Slick feed.
Here's Burton. Passes it to the Wizard. For the 3. Good for his 8th field goal. He's attempted a dozen shots.
Well, he's been doing it all night. Why not go back to him?
Yeah, he's feeling it. Keep feeding him until he misses.
Pass to Taylor. From the baseline. Nice jump shot. Good. 1:56 left in the fourth quarter. The pass to Boyd. The shot, no good. And Detroit the other way now. Allen left side. Here's Dixon. And it's Chicago with the rebound. .29 left in the fourth. Pass to Boyd. Five on the clock. Passes to Peters. Get the shot. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. And so it's Taylor who brings the ball up for Detroit. 6-point game. There's the pass to Dixon. Inside, here's Washington. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
And the gamble paying off.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. They're trailing by 8. There's 53 seconds left in the fourth quarter. There's 53 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Now here's Taylor, guarded closer. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Here's the Wizard, and it's Chicago scoring again.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control. You got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot. That's one of the best three-point shooters in the league.
Here's Boyd, and the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
You always hear about chemistry. That's a perfect example, knowing where each other is at all times.
A rebound by Washington.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
And so it's Chicago winning this one. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Alder, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long.